Mother Nature decided it was her turn, so I'm sorry that the rain has kind of delayed us a little bit. I'm Peg Louie, Executive Vice President for Alumni Development at Davenport, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our 2018 Alumni Awards ceremony as part of our annual homecoming festivities. Those of you who are alumni of Davenport, you represent 68,000 alumni worldwide. And with that many people, we've had a tremendous impact as we help our students and alums and our communities understand what it means to get where the world is going. A special evening like tonight gives us an opportunity to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of our alumni as we work to make sure that today's students are tomorrow's success stories. Our honorees tonight are exceptional individuals once again, and they truly embody what our namesake, M.E. Davenport, meant when he said that we should make a living, make a life, and make a contribution. So as we get our celebration underway tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of Davenport's Alumni Association, Keith Klingenberg, class of 1971. I was going to make him younger than he is. He paid me for that, by the way.
I used to love Peg Louie. That's brutal. I took my name tag off so no one would see that 1971. Most of you weren't even born in that year. But good evening, and thank you all for joining us. This is a special evening to celebrate our shared experiences as former students, staff, and faculty, to honor some of our outstanding alumni. But before we get started, I'd like to recognize some special guests who are in the audience. First, the members of Davenport University's leadership team. Deb Cooper, and if you don't mind, thank you, about her first year anniversary and is really making a difference. Walter O'Neill, he's so faithful at coming to this. Walt is our Executive Vice President for Enrollment and Student Services, and Dave Vanaclaus. Dave is, thank you very much, our Executive Vice President for Organizational Development. Finally, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome to the podium Dr. Richard Pappas, our President of Davenport University.
Well, good evening. Good evening. That was loud, wasn't it? Good evening. Well, thank you, Keith. I'm honored to be here. And we have a lot of great ceremonies and celebrations, and this honors really the product of what we hope other graduates aspire to. But before we move on to the awards, I'd like to acknowledge some individual guests. First, somebody who's been a student, a trustee, is also on the foundation board. He and Sharon, Wilbur and Sharon Lettinger, this is their auditorium, and of course the campus is named after Wilbur. Let's give a round of applause for Wilbur Lettinger right back there. And he was also, by the way, recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award. In addition, his son, Bill Lettinger, joins us on the foundation board, and he's a past Hy Berkowitz Award recipient. Bill Lettinger. He also sort of organizes the golf outing as well, which we appreciate. Following members of the alumni board are here tonight. Jim Cheroux. Where's Jim? There you are. Brian Hogan. I don't know if Jeff Lump made it or not yet. He is on his way. That's what I understand. Mark Minder. Mandy Rick. Ken Fortier. And Shelley Westbrook. Shelley. We could actually introduce every single person here if you'd like me to. Don't want to leave anybody out. Also, our Alumni Association president already introduced, Keith Klingenberg, also received the Distinguished Alumni Award. Congratulations to you. So like to sort of give you a brief update of the university. I really believe our university is reaching for new frontiers. You know, the board are all entrepreneurs and senior level executives in their own right. So they provide great guidance. And they've allowed us to improve the measurable quality of the institution. Yes, you can. I love little kids in the auditorium, I do. So what's important is every time we achieve something, it adds value to your degree that you hold, a Davenport degree. So in the last 9 years, we've increased our graduation rate by 132%. It's the fastest growing in the country. Nobody has done that in that short period of a time. And one of the leading indicators for graduation rate is retention. So you take all the students who start in fall, whether they're part-time or full-time. Are they back next fall? And it seems like that would be easy, but it's difficult. So in 08-09, we were at 60%. This fall, we're at 77%. 17%. It's an enormous increase. Our graduate satisfaction for the third year in a row is 95%. In an area, student satisfaction, 6 out of 7%. 6 out of 7 at the highest level say that they're satisfied. They love what they're doing. And now, enrollment is growing again. High school enrollment was way up, transfer enrollment, graduate enrollment. And I don't know how many of you know, but we transferred from the NAIA to the NCAA Division II. And it's a big jump. Last year, we won a GLIAC championship in soccer, and we were in the championship finals for baseball and softball. And tomorrow is homecoming. And so, hard to believe in our second year of football that we're 4-0. We were like 1-10 last year. I try to give advice from the sidelines, but nobody listens, so that's a good thing. So we're playing Northern Michigan University tomorrow, and on the 20th of October is our Grand Valley's coming into play. And just between you and I think they're nervous. This is what I'm hearing. But what's really cool about our athletic program, it's different than Division I. Our grade point average on the average for all of our NCAA student athletes is 3.4, one of the highest in the country. 3.4, and that's a phenomenon. We have campuses in Lansing and Holland and Midland and Warren. We're on many community college campuses. And we're starting a new campus in January in the city of Detroit. We think we have something to add to the state's talent gap. Last year, for the first time in our history, we were listed in the U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the Midwest. And for the first time in our history this year, we received a prestigious National Science Foundation grant. Very few institutions are able to do that. And what's most exciting, it's hard to believe, time goes so quickly, that we're finishing up Vision 2020. And we'll be starting this spring to look at Vision 2025. Doesn't seem possible. I'm looking forward to Vision 2050. Then I would be the oldest president in the history of mankind at that point. Anyway, I am so excited about tonight because one of the great joys is listening to the stories of our alumni recipients. It tells us in a different time, in a different period, maybe recent and maybe past, how Davenport played a role in their success and how proud we are of each and every graduate. So now, I'd like to invite Keith and Peg Louie to the podium. Let's get to this year's awards. Thank you very much.
We begin tonight with a presentation of the College of Technology Alumni Achievement Award, which honors a graduate of the college who has shown outstanding professional accomplishments in a related field and who has demonstrated leadership in and dedication to the profession. The recipient is engaged in the vision and advancement of the College of Technology at Davenport University and its respective alumni community while exhibiting a commitment to public service. I am proud to announce this year's honoree for the College of Technology Alumni Achievement Award, Aaron House, class of 2016.
Aaron House does not take the generosity of others for granted. That's why, after years of having amazing opportunities and supportive mentors in the IT field, he created a scholarship at Davenport University geared at helping underserved populations obtain jobs in technology. For House, investing in a scholarship means more than helping students pay for their education. It opens doors for them. Aaron, who grew up in Detroit and attended Detroit public schools, found joy in working on computers at a really early age. In high school, House attended Go Lightly Career and Technical Center in the heart of Detroit. He spent half of his day focused on a typical high school coursework and the other half exploring applications for Go Lightly computer repair programs. In the 11th grade, a recruiter from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers took an interest in him and helped him build his skills and knowledge. For the next decade, he led large-scale IT projects, which included traveling to many parts of Mexico, Central America for large companies. In 2014, House's reputation eventually helped him to land the lead infrastructure engineer job at Comerica Bank in Auburn Hills, Michigan. He's responsible for the management of Comerica Bank's infrastructure, consisting of over 15,000 workstations. Today, Aaron is the IT infrastructure architect emerging markets at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. In 2017, he created a scholarship to help underserved populations attend Davenport University and consider a career in technology. The Aaron House Future Black Technologist Scholarship will be offered to an African-American student from the Southeast Michigan area with a major in technology. And in recognition for your accomplishments and contributions, we're honored to present the 2018 College of Technology Alumni Award to Aaron House. So sorry. Somebody grabbed one for me.
Well, good afternoon. Well, I would like to just start by saying that I'm truly honored to be here tonight. And I also would like to thank my wife and my kids. My wife in particular, because she's been on this journey with me. It's been a crazy journey. I would like to also thank Davenport for being a driving force in education, adapting their curriculums to meet today's current and future workforce needs. I recognize that. I see it every day. So today, I was told a couple weeks ago that I might have to say a couple words, and I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. But a couple days ago, it just came to me, and this is just something I thought about. And I want to talk about opportunities and the importance of opportunities and how that plays a part in a person's success. Because I think the opportunity is a big ingredient of success. But I only have a couple minutes, so I came up with an analogy to help convey my thoughts. The analogy is a basketball analogy, so other people might be able to appreciate it. But the analogy starts out with the NBA coming up to me and saying, hey, Aaron, we will give you $1 million if you can score a basket against LeBron James, right? However, it's a caveat. The caveat is I have one chance, one shot, one opportunity. If you lose, it's over. Now, my chances of scoring against LeBron James is slim, virtually impossible. But what if the NBA came and said, hey, Aaron, we will give you 100 shots, 100 chances, or 100 opportunities? Well, that changes everything. Now, even though it's a LeBron James, I think I can get that, right? I think I can. True. But that's just like in life. A lot of people have one chance, one shot, or one opportunity. So what I wanted to do with the help of my wife, I wanted to help those who may not have all those opportunities and avenues as others. Essentially, they have one shot, right? So we decided on 3 things that we can do and to help others in that predicament. So the 3 things we started off doing was, first, starting a scholarship for African Americans like myself who's willing or who wants to get into the field of IT. The second is being a mentor for others so they can learn from my mistakes and not waste theirs opportunities. And third is being an advocate of technology in education, because that plays a pivotal role in everything we do now, because technology is our lives, and it will be a part of everyone's professions. But I would like to close with saying that the key to success for me is education. And through my education, through Davenport, it opened up doors for me, great opportunities, high-paying salary, and I think that's important. And I'm just grateful for that. And I had an opportunity, because of Davenport, to pay it forward. Thank you.
Congratulations to Aaron. And I think it's wonderful that whatever notes he looked at were on his iPhone. So. The College of Health Professions Alumni Achievement Award honors a graduate of the College of Health Professions who has shown outstanding professional accomplishments in a related field and who has demonstrated leadership in and dedication to the profession. The recipient is engaged in the vision and advancement of the College of Health Professions at Davenport University and its respective alumni community while exhibiting a commitment to public service. I am proud to announce this year's honoree for the College of Health Professions Alumni Achievement Award is Michelle High, also class of 2016.
Michelle High found her purpose in nursing thanks to Davenport University. She graduated in the top of her class with honors in the spring of 2016 and earned a spot in the Belmont Graduate Nursing Program as a gastrointestinal nurse. She now works as a nurse in the emergency department where she earned her Trauma Nursing Corps certification. Michelle was also awarded the 2017 Belmont Hospital Daisy Award for Extraordinary Nurses. The Daisy Award is an international recognition of outstanding nurses. High received this award because of her ability to lead and build the trust with the patients to provide the best care after just 6 months on the job. The award is represented by the Healer's Touch statue, symbolizing the relationship between nurses, patients, and families. Nursing wasn't Michelle's first career choice. After she closed her restaurant in 2011, she was looking for her next step. That is where she found her love for helping others through nursing. Michelle attended DU while raising a family and working part-time as a housekeeper, a nurse's aide, a nurse technician at Belmont. In recognition for her accomplishment and contributions, we are pleased to present the 2018 College of Health Professionals Alumni Award to Michelle High.
Hi, y'all. Well, I did not know I was going to have to speak today, so this is what you get. Thank you, Davenport, for this acknowledgement. Congratulations to my peers. I have to say, as he mentioned, I am not the traditional student. So I didn't have that, come out of high school, pack, like I just packed my daughter, she's at Grand Valley, sorry. But, pack her up and, take her to campus, bye, all that. I didn't have that. I got married when I was 22. I had my first baby at 24. Long story short, the babies kept coming. My first love is cooking. I was raised by my grandparents who were Southern Baptists, which means I got spankings and I knew how to cook, okay? When I closed my restaurant, as she mentioned, I did not know what to do with myself. I thought, what am I gonna do? I got these 3 babies and this husband that's gonna expect to eat and all that, and I gotta, play my part. So I went on these little sites, to figure out what's me, what am I gonna do? Nursing kept coming up. I'm like, no, I can't be a nurse. I'm not a nurse. We were already destined for what we were supposed to be. I never saw nursing. I wasn't the little kid that played with worms, and I didn't do little things, put on Band-Aids on my teddy bears, none of that. I decided to leap. I went and took the testing. I started school as a nurse. Little did I know that that was where I was supposed to be. I graduated at the top of my class, and I have to say, being a non-traditional student with 3 children who are active in sports, who are just busy, a husband, a family, I did that while working full-time. Well, what did I do? I was a housekeeper. Then I became a nurse assistant. Then I became a nurse tech. So I'm saying this to the young people out there, the moms that think that, oh my God, my time has passed. You got this. You can do whatever you put your mind to. I remember my senior year thinking, I am not gonna make it. I done came all this far and doggone it, I am not gonna make it. I can't do it. I cannot write another paper. I can't, it's a wrap. And I remember my grandparents, and this, if I wasn't so scared of needles, because I love to stick people, but I do not like to receive needles. And being an ER nurse, you can imagine how many IVs I start. But if I wasn't so scared of needles, I would get my first tattoo, and it would say, in order to be a great leader, you have to be an even better server. So what does that mean? So we all like to be called leaders. It's a good position. It sounds good. Michelle High, leadership, accountability, it sounds great. But one of the things I get to do every day, I get to be a server. So I get to see that mom who walks in with her baby limp. I get to walk in with that wife whose husband is not breathing, and he is blue as blue can be. And at the end of my shift, when I go home, I get to say, oh my God, I actually saved someone's life. I am so grateful. I am so proud. Thank you.
Congratulations, Michelle. None of us wants to be ill, but if I am, I sure hope I end up with her. The Donald W. Mayne College of Business Alumni Achievement Award honors a graduate of the College of Business who has shown outstanding professional accomplishments in a related field and who has also demonstrated leadership in and dedication to the profession. The recipient is engaged in the vision and advancement of the Donald W. Mayne College of Business at Davenport and its respective alumni community while exhibiting that all-important commitment to public service. In recent years, our Chancellor Emeritus Don Mayne took great pride in helping us to present this award. Don passed away in February of this year, but his extraordinary legacy lives on in awards such as this one and the outstanding alumni who receive it. I'm proud to announce that this year's honoree for the Donald W. Mayne College of Business Alumni Achievement Award is Jason Collette, class of 2001. Unfortunately, a last-minute business trip to Germany prevents Jason from joining us tonight to receive the award. But I would ask Keith to tell you a little bit about him, followed by a video that he sent in his absence.
And like everyone receiving awards tonight, this recipient is just extraordinary. Jason, an international keynote speaker and business executive, has balanced diverse roles of an entrepreneur, a professional speaker, a board member, a global Fortune 500 HR leader, and a head brewmaster. Currently, he is president of Adaptivity Development LLC, a boutique business. It's a strategy and investment consulting firm, and it's focused on growing startups, established family-owned franchise businesses. Jason is also the chairperson of ARP Point Labs of Charlotte and Rock Hill and owner/head brewmaster of Rock Hill Brewing Company in Rock Hill, South Carolina. He serves the community as a board member and past chair of the Rock Hill Area Council for the York County Chamber of Commerce and as a member of the York County Economic Development Committee Board. In recognition of his accomplishments and contributions, we are honored to present the 2018 Donald W. Mayne College of Business Alumni Award to Jason Collette. And here's what Jason has to say.
Hi, it's Jason Collette coming to you from Germany. I wish I could be with you there today, but unfortunately my travels took me overseas. I was so excited to hear about the College of Business Award. Very humbling. When I look at the list of people that have come before me, certainly I'm very excited to be included this year. You know, I look back at my education at Davenport, and it really was the foundation to the rest of my corporate career, as well as the foundation to my entrepreneurial career. So leaving with my MBA, I immediately got a senior manager position with Schneider National, a great company in Wisconsin. From there, it laid the foundation to go to Bank of America. And then I went to Honeywell with a senior executive position, and then on to Domtar, Fortune 500 company, with an amazing responsibility of talent management there. You know, an incredible career, but when I look at Davenport and what it gave to me, instead of just being a HR corporate guy and climbing that corporate ladder, I really understood the breadth and the depth of business at large. And so in conjunction with my corporate career, I was able to buy companies, sell companies, build companies on my own and on the side. And so here I am leading almost two lives, both in the business world, and both I give credit, you know, back to Davenport for helping me understand, you know, how to apply that in my life. And of course now the most exciting thing, the best business of them all, we just launched a brewery about 2-3 months ago, and that's truly exciting to live kind of a retired side of life, but own a brewery on the side. Not a bad way to go about it. So anyway, I owe it all to you guys. So go DU.
Our congratulations to Jason. I think he likes what he does. The Outstanding Young Alumni Award recognizes a young alumnus who has accomplished early achievements in his or her chosen field, has demonstrated innovative and responsible professional leadership, and has successfully engaged in community service. I am proud to announce this year's honoree for the Outstanding Young Alumni Award, Mackenzie Gallagher, class of 2011.
I think we've got a theme going here. With experience in farming and a passion for wine, Mackenzie Gallagher used her MDA, her class at Capstone at Davenport University, to design a business plan for a winery in northern Michigan. Her husband, Creighton, and she had the opportunity to purchase part of his family's farm. They are the fifth-generation cherry growers and wanted to create a business in agriculture where they could control the end product. Between their experience in farming and passion for wine, starting a winery seemed like a natural fit for them. So in 2016, Rove Estate Vineyard and Winery opened its doors. Although there is no roadmap for entrepreneurship, finding passion for the business is what drives Mackenzie and her husband. When Mackenzie isn't at the winery, she spends her time with her family of 6 and dedicates much of her time building community and volunteering for Traverse City nonprofits. She also finds time to host Davenport alumni events in Rove Estate Vineyard and Winery. So in recognition for her accomplishments and contributions, we are honored to present the 2018 Davenport Outstanding Young Alumni Award to Mackenzie Gallagher.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I'll apologize right now for all my children running around. They don't get off the farm very often, so they were just excited to be here, and it shows. I really want to thank Davenport. You know, when I started my MBA, I really didn't know, like most 24-year-olds, what I wanted to do with it. I just knew that I wanted more opportunities and a better life for my family. I had one little 6-month-old baby, and I was pregnant with my second. And I took that leap of faith. I was working full-time, and Michelle, I think, said I was kind of a non-traditional student also. I was younger, but I was working and, you know, in the mom groove, and it was hard to make the time, but I really committed to Davenport. And as my life just unfolded and my husband and I were able to buy part of our family farm, which was Cherry Farm, we had the dream to start a winery. And it was truly a pipe dream at the time, but we kept going that course. And at the same time, I was looking for a topic for my capstone thesis. And I thought, well, if I'm going to work this hard on a huge paper, I might as well do research and hopefully take that project to, you know, to the future. I never would have guessed that that capstone thesis really truly would be the roadmap to our business. It actually helped us secure financing for opening Rove. Being farmers, we were not independently wealthy, so we did need a lot of help and a lot of resources to start our business. And we were able to take my thesis and obtain federal grants that helped young farmers like us. So I'm really proud of my experience at Davenport. You know, this is actually the first time I've been to the Grand Rapids campus, and it's gorgeous. Although the Traverse City campus is also very nice. But I just am extremely proud of my experience at Davenport. I The business is doing great. We've been open for 2.5 years. Every year we get the growth percentages that we hope and work towards, and I'm excited for the future. We also are getting more and more involved in our community. This past August, we hosted and chaired an event for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We raised $98,000 for the kids. And so more than just having a business, we both take it as an opportunity and a platform to give back and do more for others, and hopefully be an example for other students that may or may not have a dream or even know what they want to do, and just take that first step and that first leap and get the proper education for the foundation that you will need, whether you want to admit it or not. It's made me run our business more effectively, more efficiently, but also that entrepreneur spirit is, you're around like-minded people with Davenport. There's a lot of self-employed people. Most of my professors were working professionals or self-employed also. So there's a real sense of community and family. Just a little personal closing note, I've been battling cancer this last year. And the Davenport, the Alumni Association has reached out and consistently been more than just a school, which is incredible. So I am very excited for the future. I'm very excited to see where Rove will go and what limits we will pass. And I'm incredibly honored for this award, and I will continue to make Davenport proud. Thank you.
I'll say yay, we are proud. Congratulations to Mackenzie. The Hy Berkowitz Professional Excellence Award recognizes a graduate of Davenport University for exceptional professional and personal accomplishments. Hy Berkowitz was a highly respected businessman and community advocate. Mr. Berkowitz was a trustee, generous supporter, and a close friend of Davenport. He and his wife, Greta, co-founded Rogers Department Store in 1955, and the Hy and Greta Berkowitz Memorial Scholarship here provides much-needed tuition assistance to students. As always, we're delighted when their daughter, Lanny Thody, can join us for the evening. Thank you, Lanny. This year, we are pleased to honor Derek King, class of 2009, with the Hy Berkowitz Professional Excellence Award.
15 years ago, if you were to ask Derek King if he would be where he is today, he would have said, no way. But luckily for Derek, Davenport gave him a chance. Growing up in a single-parent home, moving from shelter to shelter, living in his car, Derek was not in a good place. He had many challenges, but knew that he had to make a better life for himself and his family. So at the age of 19, with his wife by his side, Derek challenged himself to earn a college degree and reach higher for his family. After starting his collegiate career at Northwood University as a walk-on basketball player, Derek transferred to Davenport University and started as our point guard for the Panthers for 2 years, all while maintaining a scholarship, working full-time, and raising his then 2 children. He now has 3. Derek did graduate in 2019 with a bachelor's degree in business management and works at Always Alive, a regional event director, where he manages regional event marketing teams supporting basketball events across the country. Additionally, Derek is an assistant men's basketball coach at Grand Rapids Community College. So in recognition for all of his accomplishments, we are honored to present the 2018 Hy Berkowitz Professional Excellence Award to Derek King.
Good evening. I want to, first start out and just say I'm thankful to just be here. I'm thankful to God for the opportunity to, receive this award. Now, some of you guys are probably a little more prepared than me, so I'm going to tell you right now, I wrote down a few things because I forget a lot. So if you give me a second, I got so many pockets. My wife always say I do the old man pat. You got to make sure you got your keys and all that good stuff. So I got my phone here. So if you don't mind here, I'll read off something and then I'll continue to look up here. But I want to give honor and glory to God for giving me the strength, the patience, and the character and the drive to be where I am in life now. I want to thank my wife for her time, her sacrifice and commitment to our family. I've been married for, I'm going on my 17th year right now. I've been married since I've been 19, so I kind of came right out, right out of high school, with everything that most people, I guess, wait to start. We started a little bit early. So I want to thank my grandmother, who's not here right now, but she had a no-quit spirit. She put that in me at a very young age. I want to thank my mother for her spirit and her drive. My mother has been through a lot, and she's taught me a lot by everything that she has gone through. So just to have her here with me today is a really big deal. I want to thank my uncle. My Uncle Caesar, he's consistently been in my life, kind of being the challenger, the pusher. I think we all got that person in our life that kind of pushes us a little bit, and he's the one who does that every time I talk to him. And he's kind of that giant, the giant. Everybody has somebody in their family or a friend that they look up to and say, man, I want to be like him, and that was the person for me. So that's my Uncle Caesar. And then I want to thank Davenport for seeing fit to honor me with this award. I will tell you a little story here, and then I'll get out of your hair because I know y'all were waiting a little while. So my relationship with Davenport started when I was in high school. There was a man by the name of Jim Zapata. He was the I can't remember it was kind of like Upward Bound. He was the one who would, give all the students in high school all the tools and the how-tos on what to do and how to go to college and all those details. Well, when I was in high school, I had a little bit tougher than most people. I was a senior with 2 cars, I think we had. Is that right? We had a couple cars. We had 2 kids, an apartment, and it was difficult. And so I honestly, I graduated with a 1.9. You're not supposed to graduate from GRPS with a 1.9. But lo and behold, I took an early college class at Davenport. It was a marketing class. And it was the credit that I needed that allowed me to graduate. I'm thankful to Davenport that they allowed me to take that early college class and to receive, the credit that I needed to graduate from high school. So now we kind of speed and fast forward, and I'm going to Northwood University, and, I wanted to play basketball there. I walked on, and then all of a sudden, I needed to be back home with my wife. And so the story tying back there is my wife, she got pregnant with our 3rd kid, my youngest one right now, Derek Jr., and it was, time to come home. So I played college basketball while being married, maintaining 2 jobs, maintaining a house. You have to have a 2 point, I think it was like a 2.3 or something like that, just to play and to keep your scholarship here. And I did all those things while I was here at Davenport. And so if it was not for the coach at the time giving me the opportunity, I probably would not have played college ball, though. That was a big point for me. So I'm thankful to Davenport for, again, giving me the opportunity. They gave me the opportunity. They gave me the shot, the second chance to, fulfill a dream, and then to also, go ahead and get my degree. So, with that, I overcame a lot of challenges. I don't have the long resume as some people have, but I can tell you right now, the things that were instilled in me was having the attitude to never give up, to always fight and to overcome all challenges. And in closing, there's 3 things that I think about every day, and I talk to my kids about them. One is, did I put pennies in a jar? So every day I think we all have to do something little to achieve a bigger goal. So I have that mentality of putting pennies in a jar. Every day I think of, did I do the little things to, to get to the bigger goal that I want? And the next thing I think about is, did I earn my sleep? At night, we all have to go to sleep, and I ask myself the question, did I earn the right to put my head on that pillow at night? And if I didn't, I will literally stay up and do everything I need to earn the right to go to sleep. So I work really hard to achieve the goals that I have. And then the last thing that I always ask myself, and I ask my kids this, is what are you willing to sacrifice? We all have to sacrifice something, whether it be time, it might be family, it might be, if you're a basketball player, getting into the gym on a regular basis and you're not hanging with your friends. We all have something that we have to sacrifice. So those are the three things that I ask myself, I talk to my kids about, and those are things that we kind of surround our families around in terms of kind of some pillars in our house. And I got to say it's worked out for us very well. I'm here today. I've been still married. I got, my degree. I do have a master's degree as well. I have a cousin, and this is a little joke here, and I'll get off the stage. I got a cousin, okay? So we literally grew up probably like brothers. And so, I went to Davenport, and, he went over to Ferris. So to get his we both got our bachelor's degree. So I got mine in 2009, and he got his. And so, he got his from Ferris, so he was like, man, cuz you say you went to Davenport? I said, yeah, man, He was like, how'd you like it? I said, it was hard. And he was like, but it was worth it. And I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've got some good jobs based off of, the name alone. So he was like, oh, okay. So then a couple years later, he's like, hey, cuz, I'm going to Davenport. I said, what now? He said, I can't hear you. He said, I'm going to Davenport. I said, what you gonna do there? He said, well, and I had just got my master's in management at the time. So we're always trying to play keep up. I'm trying to stay one step ahead of him. He says, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my degree in management, my master's in management. I said, that's what we're doing now, So he was like, yeah, you know what I mean? So he followed my footsteps, and I love him to death. He's here. I love him to death. And he is also a Davenport grad, and he got his master's in management while raising a family and kids. The same. We all kind of did the same thing. So I'm grateful to my family. I'm thankful for my family. I believe in my family, and I believe in family in general. Davenport has been very good to me. I've been in a commercial for Davenport. I've played basketball at Davenport. I bring my kids to Davenport. I was in one of the alumni books, and I was like, man, what did I do to deserve all this? But I'm just thankful to God for it. And, I thank Davenport for just seeing fit to allow me to receive the High Berkowitz Award. Thank you.
Congratulations to Derek, and I don't know about you, but I'm not getting in the middle of that cousin thing, so. The prestigious Distinguished Alumni Award was first presented in 1974, and since that time, a select group of outstanding individuals has been presented with this honor. The award was established to recognize exceptional graduates who represent the university's mission and ideals. The award is presented each year to a Davenport University graduate who has made notable achievements in his or her field, given exemplary service as a graduate of Davenport, and who is a distinguished person in public life, business, and service to others. I am proud to announce this year's Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Roger Victory, class of 1987.
State Representative Roger Victory was first elected to serve the 88th District in the Michigan House of Representatives in November of 2012, representing the residents of Allendale, Georgetown, Talmadge, Wright, Chester, Coopersville, and Polkton Townships in Ottawa County. He was re-elected to a third term in November of 2016, and he will update us on some other good news that he found today, but I won't steal that thunder. Roger graduated from Davenport University in 1987 with a degree in business management and from Michigan State University's Great Lakes Leadership Academy. Roger owns Victory Farms, LLC, a year-round specialty crop producer, as well as Victory Sales, LLC, a national produce distributor, and he previously co-owned a trucking company from 1996 to 2004. Representative Victory is currently an executive board member of the Michigan Vegetable Council, vice president of the Riesling Growers Cooperative, and serves on the National Council of Agricultural Employees. He is also active on the Ottawa County Republican Party and on the advisory board of the Ottawa County Career Line Tech Center. Roger is a fourth-generation Hudsonville area resident, and he is a lifelong member of First Hudsonville Christian Reformed Church, where he has served as elder and deacon. For his outstanding accomplishments and service, it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge the 2018 Davenport University Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Roger Victory.
Wow, what an honor and what a privilege. And I say that just standing here after hearing the other recipients. It's just, I got to pinch myself to stand here after hearing those stories and testimonies. But with that there, I just like to say thank you, and thank you. And there's a reason I said thank you 3 times, and that is the Davenport difference in my 3 walks of life. As I say, I wear 3 pairs of shoes quite frequently. And I like to highlight with that first pair of shoes that I wear as Farmer Raj and the Davenport difference. I was able to use that Davenport difference to grow Victory Farms into one of the unique special crop producers in the state of Michigan, where we grow turnips, parsnips, leek, rutabaga, squash, and a whole host of other items. And I still recall back in my days of Davenport University doing a business analysis paper on turnips. And I think it was Instructor Kingma, as I've seen him, this was at the downtown campus, coming up to, I just heard him bellow out, "Victory!" I read a lot of business analysis papers in my career, but I never read one on turnips. It probably wasn't the best paper he read, but I do recall I got an A on that. The second walk of life and the pair of shoes I wear is community service. As serve on a number of different boards, some of the community boards, statewide boards, church boards in there too. And I must say, Davenport difference made it in something special there too. And then third walk of life is having the opportunity of serving as a state legislator at the capital of Lansing and serving the 88th district. Now, one thing was missed there, what's home of the 88th district, people say, is Grand Valley State University, but we won't mention that anymore here tonight. And I also must say there's kind of been a general theme here with a little agricultural interest too, so I think MSU is going to be a little jealous of Davenport University with this agricultural interest, and it's fine how we're moving forward. So, but serving as a state representative for the last 6 years, and the Davenport difference, and taking on some issues that when I took the oath of office, you see I had no gray hair back then. And look how fast. And I think sometimes those issues can come across at you fast, but you have to have that foundational background, and I refer again to that Davenport difference being that foundation. And so some of the issues we faced going forward was like the Detroit bankruptcy. Somebody from Ottawa County, from the agricultural background, and being thrust into that. And boy, I look back at that, how the city has been turned around. And in fact, just the other day, I was on the House floor talking to Rose Robertson from the 5th District of Detroit, and she said, you know what? You and I met before you even took the oath of office. You were in Detroit on that tour of the critical issues and that meeting there, I was able to work closely with Rose Robertson from the 5th District of Detroit. And that was something that, that ingrained that process goes back to my days at Davenport. And so we were able to move that city forward, similar to what we have seen here in the city of Grand Rapids decades earlier. Another issue that came forward was, funding schools, a critical issue there for our K through 12 school system. And believe me, I never consider my professional the bond markets or those things, but how do we finance school construction? So align myself with good folks, and we were able to restructure that school finance system to now that we can save $250 million through our K through 12 schools, and even $30 million for our Ottawa County schools and West Michigan too. But one of the more challenging aspects too was I was chairing the DEQ committee during the Flint water crisis. That was quite a situation. The director I worked with was dismissed. They had to put a new team together. And how do we encourage those people working in DEQ to continue on to address that concerns? And those were things that never seen come across the plate, but yet, there again, I'm thankful for the Davenport difference. And as I conclude here today, too, I just want to do a shout out to a lot of those that have contributed to this university. Hearing these stories here, it really has moved me this evening, and what has allowed that to occur. And I see some of the names on these buildings here and what they did to our community. Those are the cornerstones for our community, and even some of them are present here tonight, and some have not. And I remember back in December meeting Donald Main again, and the late Donald Main, and what an institution. And there again, one of those foundational blocks for this fine institution, so that we can hear those excellent stories tonight, how we're moving our community forward and how we're making a difference. So with that, thank you.
Congratulations, Roger. Tonight he joins an elite group of individuals recognized on our Distinguished Alumni Award Honor Wall, which is located in the lobby of this building just behind us, and provided through the generosity of Kathy and Keith Klingenberg. The names of all of Davenport's past distinguished award recipients are permanently displayed in that honor wall in recognition of their achievements and contributions. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening as we've recognized once again an outstanding group of Davenport alumni. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. is our alumni tailgate over at Farmers Insurance Athletic Complex, followed by a noon kickoff for another victory, as the president has predicted, in Davenport football against Northern Michigan. I'd like to invite our recipients, if you would, to come back to the stage here as we conclude so we can get a group photo of everyone, and would invite the rest of you to go to the rooms, the Sneeden meeting rooms, where we have a nice strolling dinner buffet. So as we conclude, if you'd allow me to offer an invocation, please. Dear God, as we gather this day, we are grateful for our many blessings, for the love and support of family and friends, for the good work of our Davenport faculty and staff, and for the students we serve. We're grateful for a legacy we honor in recognizing these award recipients that is founded in the premise that we should make a living, make a life, and make a contribution. We are thankful for all those who have gathered here this evening, and always may we be instruments of your peace. In the name of all that's good, we pray. Amen. Thank you.